Today our topic is the impact of green packaging on college students' purchase intention. We will introduce our topics through the following 4 parts: understand the situation, research design, findings, and implications. Firstly, let's understand our situation. I will introduce the background, research questions, literature review, and hypothesis development. The global green packaging market size is recorded to reach $207.5 billion by 2022, with a combined annual expansion rate of 5.41% between 2016 and 2022. When making judgments about what to buy, consumers will prioritize and place a high value on ethical and ecologically friendly items. Therefore, studying their awareness, attitudes towards green packaging, and how their environmental awareness affects their purchasing intentions is of great significance. Students' perceptions of sustainable packaging are greatly influenced by their cognitive level of green packaging. According to a study on consumers' attitudes towards green packaging, consumers' emotions and attitudes towards green packaging significantly affect their green purchase intentions. Research showed that the majority of consumers had environmental awareness and were willing to purchase green products. However, there are relatively few specialized studies in the existing literature on how green packaging affects the purchasing intentions of college students. Therefore, this study proposes the following hypothesis. College students' green packaging awareness will affect college students' purchase intention. College students' green packaging attitude will affect college students' purchase intention. College students' environmental awareness will have a moderating effect on the relationship between college students' green packaging awareness and college students' purchase intention. The last one is college students' environmental awareness will have a moderating effect on the relationship between college students' awareness of green packaging and college students' purchase intention.
For this part, I will introduce the research design. The study employed a quantitative research design using a structured questionnaire. We conducted an analysis of validity and reliability analysis of the data collected through the questionnaire, as well as a regression analysis, correlation analysis, moderator effect analysis, and descriptive statistics. These data were analyzed using 2 research tools, namely SPSS and Excel. Then we divided our questionnaires into following 4 aspects: green packaging awareness, green packaging attitude, environmental awareness, and purchase intention. For each aspect, we set 5 items to measure it. Each item were rated on a 7-point Likert scale. 1 means strongly disagree, 7 means strongly agree, ensuring consistency in the measurement. The sources of all the questionnaire questions have been presented on the slide of the PowerPoint. Moreover, this data was collected by distributing online questionnaires to college students. Respondents were selected using a random sampling method. A total of 403 responses was received, and 319 valid questionnaires were selected through restrictive questions for subsequent data analysis.
Now I will show the first part of the findings tables generated by SPSS. Firstly, based on the collected data, we did a reliability and validity analysis. All Chromebox value either for each separate dimension and overall the scale exceed 0.8. So the measurement scale have good internal consistency. and the results of the chemo. The significance of Bartlett indicate that the overall structure of the scale is compact and there is a significant correlation between the items. We also did a Pearson correlation analysis. You can see that all the results have 2 stars and are positive. So the variables are correlated with each other and there is a significant positive correlation. And to examine the hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 2, we did a regression analysis. First, the R-square and adjusted R-square values shows that student awareness and attitude toward green packaging can effectively predict their purchase intention. Second, the significant F value is very small, which means that the overall regression model is statistically significant. Finally, the p-value of both independent variables are less than 0.001 and their regression coefficient are positive. So we can say that both hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 2 are supported. Examine the moderator effects of environmental awareness, we did the moderator effect analysis. Well, the significance value is not that good, so it means actually the moderator effect is not obvious here.
So this chart shows that the students have a clear understanding of the basic attributes of green packaging, but their technical understanding is weak. The next chart shows that reflect the students have a high degree of support. The attitude score is slightly higher than the connection score, but there may be a contrast between question 9 and question 12. The third chart shows that the peak value to the institutional dependence mentality and the low point reflect the absence of habitual environmental protection behaviors. The first chart shows the basic purchase intention is relatively strong and the students' price sensitivities. The last chart shows the breaking chain of environmental awareness to purchase intention highlights the consumer's psychological predicament of easier said than done.
Let me introduce the applications, limitations, and future research. First, the awareness of green packaging positively impacts purchase intention. When consumers understand it clearly, it's more likely to increase their purchase intention. Enterprises should focus on raising the awareness and promoting its labels, packaging text, and promotional videos. Secondly, green packaging attitude positively impacts purchase intention. Therefore, when shopping product images, enterprises should allow consumers emotional resonance. For example, they can run value-driven ads to create a positive attitude. Finally, though environmental awareness has not played a moderate role, it positively impacts purchase intention. Enterprises can enhance brand image and gain consumers' emotions recognition by integrating sustainable development and environmental protection, public welfare themes. But they don't need to overly rely on consumers' environmental ideas to promote purchasing behavior. The following are the limitations and future development of our research. Most study samples of college students at our school. While this group is representative of green consumption, their environmental awareness may be similar, limiting the moderation efforts. In future research, we will widen sample range different age and backgrounds to compare different population thoughts and actions on green packaging. Secondly, this research analyzes cross-sectional data, making it hard to check how environmental awareness changes over time. In the future, researchers can use a longitudinal checking design to study long-term trends in the environmental awareness there through green education or marketing, and how this change affects people's behavioral patterns. Moreover, the environmental awareness measured in this research refer to general environmental care. In the future, it can be further divided into multiple dimensions such as behavioral, cognitive, emotional levels to check if different types of environmental awareness have different moderating effects. In summary, we proved that green packaging awareness and attitude positively impact the purchase intention, but there is still room for progress to research. That's all. Thank you for listening. Here are our references.